Hello YouTube makeup lovers. Today I'm going to do a fall inspired makeup tutorial using Urban Decay's new Vice palette, which I have been looking forward to doing a look with this. I have to say I am very impressed with this Urban Decay Vice palette. It really is a great palette. You can do so many things with it. It has neutral colors and bright colors and shimmery colors, and it even has some matte colors. It is really a beautiful palette that I really recommend, as I mentioned in my haul video when I first bought it. And I have been playing around with it a lot and trying different looks, and it really is awesome. So I hope you enjoy this look today and you try out this Urban Decay Vice palette. Okay, so the first step is to apply Urban Decay's Primer Potion, or any primer you want for your eyeshadow, so that it really sticks. And add some on the bottom as well, because we're going to add some color there. Next, I'm going to take Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Shadow Pencil. Looks like this in the color Juju. And I'm going to put that all over the lid, but not all the way into the inner corner. Just pretty much almost all the way in, but just I want to leave a little space for a lighter color in the inner corner. Then I'm taking a MAC 239 brush, which is a flat brush, to apply color, and I'm going to take the color Nevermind on my Vice palette, which is the one at the bottom, right here, bottom left hand corner, and I'm going to pat that shadow right over that pencil that we just applied. Then I'm going to flip that same brush over and dip it into Echobeach, which is the color right next to the one that we just applied, Nevermind. Also at the bottom of the palette, the second color. And that is what we're going to put right in the inner corner right here. And we're going to take it up just a bit. Like this. Then using a fluffy brush, I'm going to dip it into Anonymous, which is the color right in the middle. This is the color that's closest to my skin tone in the palette. I'm going to put this all over under the brow bone. It's not really going to add much color or anything. It's just going to make everything nice and neat and get it ready for the next color that we're going to apply there. I love that this palette has a color like this. That's similar to how I always use Max Vanilla, and very few palettes bring a color like that, and I love it because I don't have to bring out any other colors from any other brand. Everything I need is in this one palette. Next, I'm going to take the color Laced, also in the bottom row, the last color right here. And I'm going to use a MAC 217 brush, which looks like this. I'm going to dip it into Lace and put that in the crease so that I remove any harsh edges that the Nevermind color left. Which won't be that much, but just a little bit to put it there. It also adds some depth to the look. Again, this is another color that I'm really happy is in this palette. It's a very neutral color with no shimmer, and I think every palette should have a color like that. Then I'm going to take the very first color at the top of the palette up here. It's called Desperation. Dip the same brush, 217. I wiped it off a bit in a towel, in a clean towel. And I'm going to dip it in there, and that is going to be our dark color in the crease. Make sure you blend and blend it well, so it's not just like a harsh dark line. You want it nicely blended. And as I mentioned in other videos, I like to add the color little by little to darken it to how as dark as I want it. I don't like to just add all the color all at once. And if you have any more harsh edges to blend after you add that color, you can go back in with a color Laced and go over those dark edges, rough edges I mean, at the top. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take Urban Decay's 24/7 pencil in the color Mildew, which is a green. You really can use any green you want. This isn't exactly the same color as the eyeshadow that I'm going to put over it, which is Junkie, which is one of my favorite greens of this palette. Well, it's like the only green, but I love it. It's one of my favorite greens ever. It's a beautiful green, and I really wanted to use it. And I really like this color Mildew for it. You can also use this color Covet, which makes it a little bit brighter. But I'm going to use Mildew because it reminds me more of fall. And then once you add the color Junkie, it's going to brighten it up a bit as well. Put that in your waterline and in your lash line. We want a pretty thick line. Then I'm going to take a very thin angled brush like this. And that's what I'm going to dip into the color Junkie that I just showed you. This green right there. Second row, first color. And I'm going to put that color over that Mildew that we just added. And right away it brightens it up. Gives it a pop of color but still keeps it that fall green. Next I'm going to line my top lash line using MAC's Blacktrack Fluidline and another very small angled brush or whatever brush you like best for. Gonna flick it out a little bit, nothing too dramatic. And for mascara, I'm gonna use Loreal Voluminous. This is a regular Voluminous and Carbon Black. I'm gonna put mascara on my top and on my bottom lashes. Okay, so for the face, I've already applied my foundation. Today I used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the number 5. And I also did my concealer already, and I used my go-to concealer, which is the Eve Pearl in the tan, the Peau in the beige, and then I set it with my Benefit Powderflage. So for powder, for face powder to set my foundation, I'm going to use my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish and my Real Techniques powder brush. This just sets everything that I just applied. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Real Techniques blush brush and my, Nars Laguna bronzer. For blush, I'm going to use Benefit's Bella Bamba blush. The color looks like this. It's a very pretty peachy pinky color. I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And since I already used Benefit blush, for highlight I'm going to use my Benefit What's Up. And I'm going to apply that with a Sigma Precision Tapered brush like this. This is the P86, and I'm just going to apply a little bit down the center of my nose. I'm just going to take it like this and right here, just to add some brightness to that area. And you can always blend it away a little bit more with your finger very lightly so that it's just right. For my lips, I'm going to use MAC's Japanese Maple, which has become one of my favorite nudes. I really hope this color becomes permanent. This color came out with the cream sheen colors, and I hope it stays because it's one of my best, one of my favorites. And for lip gloss, I'm going to use Bare Minerals in the color Cupcake. So that is pretty much it. This is my fall inspired makeup tutorial using Urban Decay's Vice palette. I hope you learned some new tips and tricks watching this video, and thank you so much for watching Be Lounge Makeup. Bye!